Your money is not doing anything for you sitting in that bank account. It is a very, very, very common misconception that you have to work for your money. No, the f you don't. You can take that money that you have in the bank account that's not doing nothing for you. Again, it's not doing shit for you. You will wake up in the morning and that same amount of money that's in your bank will be there again. Instead, it'll be worth a little bit less today than it was yesterday. Take that money and go buy stocks. Take that money and go buy real estate. Take that money and go start a business. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mula. I'm the CEO here at Mula Membership. If you guys don't know me, I'm a pretty popular YouTuber and I have more than 15, 20 companies that I own and operate as a 24-year-old entrepreneur. I come from a regular background and I'm a multi-millionaire as we speak today. I'm very happy to say that. Clap it up for myself, pat on the back, you know, if you do say so myself, you feel me? On today's video, I'm gonna teach you guys exactly why you shouldn't be keeping your money in the bank account. I'm gonna be teaching you guys exactly why saving could be one of the main reasons that are keeping you from being the successful multi-millionaire that you wanna be, right? So I know this is a very common misconception and it's gonna be a little bit of, it's gonna be kind of hard for your brain to understand just because the way that we're taught about money, right? The things that we're taught, the way that we think that money actually works. So I'm gonna be breaking those codes down in this video, and I'm also gonna be teaching you exactly what, when, why, and how you should go about using your money and keeping it outside of the bank, what you should be spending your money on, the whole works. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first reason we're gonna talk about is inflation. If you don't know what inflation is, as inflation goes up, the value of your money goes down, right? So for example, we can do this stat. In 2022, inflation went up 8%. That means that your money is worth 8% less in 2002 than it was in 2021, right? So, and we're only waiting until the end of the year to see what the rates are for right now. Inflation is growing and growing and growing exponentially, right? If you guys don't understand what inflation is, I'm almost positive everybody watching this video has had a conversation with their parents and they said something like this. When I was 5, 6 years old, I used to be able to go to the store and get 2 hot dogs, 3 bags of chips, 2 cans of soda, and a piece of candy for 48 cents. Now, fast forward 2023, yeah, that was your dad, that was your mom, you know what I'm saying? But now in 2023, you can't get shit for 48 cents. What can you go to any store in America and buy for 48 cents? I'll wait. Nothing, right? So that's what pretty much what inflation is. When Eazy-E was talking about cruising down the street in my 6'4", right? The price of that BMW was a lot less than the price of a brand new BMW is today, right? So that's pretty much what inflation is. It means that your money is the same amount of money, but it's worth a lot less, right? The same dollar can get you a lot less in today's times than it could back in 2070s, whatever decade we're talking about, right? So that's the first reason why you should never keep your money in the bank, because you have to think about it. If you're keeping this money in the bank and inflation is going up, you might make $1 million, right? You might get $1 million check and you might say, I'm just not gonna spend it. I'm gonna keep the whole $1 million in the bank, right? If you keep that $1 million in that bank for 25 years, that $1 million won't even be worth half of that, right? So what can you get right now with $500,000? Well, I can promise you it won't be able to buy you the same things in 25 years, right? So why keep your money in the bank, right? The second reason, I'm gonna ask you, why should you keep your money in the bank? The second reason is because the bank is making more off your money than you're making off your money, and they're giving you 0.1% on every dollar, right? So if you have a certain amount of money in the bank, whatever amount that might be, the interest, you know, the banks talk about interest at the end of the year, yeah, they're gonna give you 0.1% most times, right? Not 5, not 10, not 1, not 2, not 22, 1.01% interest. What are we talking about here? That's nothing. That is a penny, literally, 1 penny, literally. Small percentages of what you have in the bank, right? So they're not only are they giving you that interest, but they're taking your money, they're making money off the money, and then they're giving you this little amount. They're not giving you a small percentage of what they made. No, they're giving you a small percentage of what you already had in the bank. Think about that for a second, right? And then I want you to actually put it into real life terms. You and your friend go into business together. You fund the business. He doesn't have any money. Your friend has no money. You fund the business. Let's say you give him $10,000 to start the business. He takes that $10,000. He goes out, however long it takes, he makes $1 million. He comes back with the $1 million and he says, hey, thanks for making me a millionaire. Here's your $10,000 back and extra $10. Thank you. Have a good day. And he runs off with his millions. How would you feel? Right? That's what banks do every single day, all day, like clockwork, to every single person who has their money in that bank. Me, you, him, her, auntie, uncle, mama, everybody. That's what they do to everybody. Nobody can escape this finesse. Nobody. It's unescapable, right? So think about it. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just take your money and use your money to actually make money and then, you know, keep it and not have to share it with more people and only get pennies on the dollar? Why would you do something like that, right? So that's another main reason why you shouldn't keep your money in the bank. The second reason is because your money is not safe in the bank, right? Initially, it's just a number. It's literally just a number in the bank. You know why? Because the minute you put your money in that bank account, the bank makes a transaction, they put it in there, boom, and then they're going to take your money, literally, like I said, they're going to take your money, they're going to put it over here, they're going to start loaning it out, whether it's mortgages, whether it's car loans, whether it's personal loans, business loans, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, there's millions of ways the banks make money. But whatever it is, they're going to take that money and they're going to use it, they're going to make money, right? But your money is not safe. Do you know that the banks only have to actually keep 5 to 10% of your money on reserve, right? So that means that the money that you put in there, it's not like you go in the bank and you give them $600,000 and then they take that $600,000, they put it in the bank, and then you can come back here and get it whenever you feel like it. It doesn't really work like that. You're not going to get your money. You're just going to get some printed money and they're going to take it out of your account. But that's not really your money, right? And technically, you don't even know this, but when you made a bank account, you signed up, you understood, you signed a contract that said that the bank can take a certain amount of money from you at any time and there'll be nothing you can do about it. Did you know that? Right? So now that you know these things, I get to my main point and the point that I have to drive home the hardest. Your money is not doing anything for you sitting in that bank account. I don't give a damn if it's $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25. That money is not doing shit for you in that bank. When you wake up in the morning, that $25 is still going to be $25. Here's the thing they don't tell you though. Inflation is going up, even if it's small percent. Inflation, when you wake up in the morning, that $25 is going to be worth less than it was yesterday, right? So while you keeping your money in the bank, let's say you got $100,000 in the bank. You like, yeah, I got $100,000, yeah, but that money is not doing nothing for you. It's not moving for you. It's not shaking for you. It ain't making you no extra money. It's not doing nothing. You need to take that money and invest it. Stocks, crypto, real estate, new companies, right? Building companies, right? Building businesses, doing things that can actually make you money in return instead of sitting it in the bank and just thinking that you good because you're sitting on $1 million. Right? Or sitting on $10,000 or sitting on $1,000 or sitting on $500. And I know, especially me, bro, I understand it because I know you work so hard for this money. I'm not finna spend this shit on no stock and then the stock go down and now I feel like I just wasted my money. If you look at it like that, maybe you did waste it kind of a little bit, but guess what? That stock moves up and down every single day. That money in that bank account there's no chance it will go up. Oh, well, there's a small chance. You'll get 0.1% interest every year. That's the chance that you have, right? So playing it safe, right? Playing it safe, keeping your money in that bank, thinking that you're doing something because you got some money in the bank is the wrong idea. When you go on Google and you look at the richest people in the world, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Mark Cuban, right? When you look at these wealthy people, Michael Rubin, when you look at these wealthy people, you're not going to see, oh, they have $5 billion in their bank account. No. They have $5 billion net worth, which means they're worth $5 billion. That could be in real estate, stocks, Rolexes, companies, whatever it is. They're worth $5 billion, right? So if I was to buy all of this person's assets, it will cost me $5 billion. So he's worth $5 billion. All right, that's pretty much the simple terms. It's not because he has $5 billion sitting in the bank and he just like, okay, I'm gonna go spend my money how I spend it. Here you go, cool, yeah, lay back, chill. No, he's putting that every time these rich people get money, they throw it out everywhere. Bing, boom, bang, bang, bing. They're buying things that can hold their value or increase in value. That's why you hear Jay-Z talking about paintings and $1 million artwork, things like that, because a rich person understands, I would rather go buy this $1 million piece of art that will be worth $2 million in 3 years than to keep my $1 million in the bank and it'll be worth what? I say what? It'll be worth $800,000 in 2-3 years. So if I keep it in the bank, it's gonna go down. If I put it over here, it could go down a little bit, but more than likely it's gonna go up. If I put $1 million in a Tesla stock or Amazon stock, don't you think Amazon is gonna do nothing but get bigger? Right? Don't you think Amazon, Tesla, Walmart, these companies, don't you think they're not gonna do anything but continue to grow, right? They're just gonna, McDonald's, these companies are just gonna continue to make more money and more money and more money and more money and more money. And their stock is gonna be continuing to be worth more and more and more and more and more, right? But again, when I talk about inflation, your job is to combat inflation. Do you know that there are stocks that can pretty much, not 100% guaranteed, but there are stocks that can give you a 10% increase per year. There are stocks that I have literally put $100,000 into, and at the end of the year, I had $10,000 more. That is exponentially more than I would have ever got in any type of bank account. I don't care if it's Wells Fargo, Chase City, Bank of America, Gold Bank. Okay, Houdini himself can come back. Jesus can come back and give you a bank. All the same shit. All the same thing. You'll never increase your money, right? And I really want to drive this point home before I end this video. I understand that you probably never had anything. I understand that now that you got this 10,000, these 10 bands, these 20 bands, you want to hold on to it because you never had nothing and you don't want to see it go nowhere. But I promise, holding on to that money, keeping that money in the bank is just fucking your life up. You need to take that money and go buy things that can actually make you money in return so that you can not only combat inflation, but you can actually go about increasing your revenue, increasing your net worth, because that money that you have is now getting put to work for you, right? It is a very, very, very common misconception that you have to work for your money. No, the fuck you don't. You can take that money that you have in the bank account that's not doing nothing for you. Again, it's not doing shit for you. You will wake up in the morning and that same amount of money that's in your bank will be there again. Instead, it'll be worth a little bit less today than it was yesterday. Take that money and go buy stocks. Take that money and go buy real estate. Take that money and go start a business. I would much rather you take that money and go buy 1 million Rolexes, because at least this Rolex was going to increase in value. At least it's gold. At least it's something that's worth something, right? At least it's something that holds value. It goes up, right? In 5 years, I can sell this Rolex for at least what I paid for it. 9 times out of 10 is going to be at least a little bit more though, right? So you have to think about it like that, and I want you to think about that when you see your favorite artist or your favorite rapper or your favorite businessman that you follow for whatever reason. I want you to think about that when you see him go buy $1 million watch, right? I can buy this $1 million watch, or I can keep this $1 million in the bank and just let it rot, really. You're really just letting your money rot, right? You know what I'm saying? So I really hope I drove those points home. I really hope you guys understand, and I really hope you guys take in this information. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I answered what I can answer. I can't give you too much game because that's not fair to the people who actually pay for this information every single month. But I can answer general questions and pretty much give you an overview of the problems or the question that you might have. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm gonna be posting 4 videos a week on this channel, giving away a lot of free information, free game, free sauce that can be useful to you, and you can use this information to become a successful entrepreneur, hopefully a millionaire. That's my goal for everybody that I talk to. I want to make as many millionaires as humanly possible, and that's my goal. That's my dream, and that's what I set out to do. So I appreciate everybody for watching. If you guys want more information, if you want access to that group chat, if you want access to videos just like this but in a more step-by-step format, You want secrets, you want to unlock the secrets of entrepreneurship, the secrets of how I became a millionaire by the time I was 23, make sure you go to the first link in the description, MulaMembership.com, and I cannot wait to teach you how to get millions with me, baby. See you guys later in my next videos. Peace.